This wide panorama was taken by Curiosity Mars rover and shows an amazing Martian landscape with a butte in the foreground, a ridge in the background, and some dark boulders to the right on top of a hill. Mars may be geologically inactive, but that doesn't mean there is nothing happening there. Seasonal changes on the red planet can have some very dramatic effects on the landscape, as seen in this image. When increasing light from the springtime sun warms up the sides of cliffs made from layers of water and carbon dioxide ice near the North Pole, some of that carbon dioxide ice sublimes, sending cascades of loose soil and dust down to the terraced base below. This uncovered material stains the frost-covered polar surface dark, outlining the paths of avalanches easily spotted from orbit. The rust-colored avalanche seen here has fallen hundreds of meters from the middle of a layered ice deposit, spreading nearly a kilometer across the frozen ridges at the base of the cliff. This is a crater called Santa Maria on Mars, which has a diameter of about the length of a football field. The scene looks eastward across the crater, and the portions of the rim of a much larger crater Endurance appear on the horizon. Perseverance Mars rover took this selfie within an area of Zero crater nicknamed Three Forks. A white tube seen on the ground in front of the rover was dropped by the rover. The tube contains Martian samples that NASA plans on bringing back to Earth for closer study in the future. Other sample tubes are also visible in the background. This view looks to the west on the base of Mount Sharp, which lies to the left of the scene. The image shows sets of sandstone beds, all inclined to the south, indicating progressive build-out of sediment toward the mountain. These inclined beds are overlain in the background by horizontally bedded fine-grained sandstones that likely represent river deposits. This is Ingenuity Mars helicopter during one of its mission flights. Ingenuity is the first aircraft to achieve powered, controlled flight on another planet and has completed 72 flights since April 19, 2021. The rock seen here has unusually high concentrations of silica. Silica is a rock-forming compound containing silicon and oxygen commonly found on Earth as quartz. High levels of silica could indicate ideal conditions for preserving ancient organic material if present. Scientists initially thought these layered rocks were sedimentary rocks, but further examinations showed them to be igneous rocks or solidified lava. These rocks show evidence of interaction with water but on a limited basis. They date back nearly 4 billion years, giving scientists a window into what conditions on the early planets were like. In the foreground of this view is the crusty sandstone cap that stretches the length of the pediment, forming an overhanging ledge in some parts. At center is the clay-bearing unit, a region with a unique story to tell about the history of water on Mount Sharp. In the distance at the top of the image is the floor of Gale crater, which is 96 miles wide. Some of the wind-sculpted sand ripples on Mars are a type not seen on Earth, and their relationship to the thin Martian atmosphere today provides new clues about the atmosphere's history. The mid-sized ripples seen here at the Bagnol Dunes are a distinct type and first up-close study of active sand dunes anywhere other than Earth. Earth and Mars both have big sand dunes and small sand ripples, but on Mars there is something in between that we don't have on Earth. Curiosity Mars rover spotted this dust devil which appears to be passing through small hills just above Curiosity's location on Mount Sharp. The dust devil is approximately one-third to a half-mile away and estimated to be about 16 feet wide. The dust plume disappears past the top of the frame, so an exact height can't be known, but it's estimated to be at least 164 feet tall. This view shows strata exposed along the margins of the valleys in the Pahrump Hills region on Mars. The scale of layering increases upward, providing what's called a thickening upward trend. This is consistent with a variety of ancient environments, in particular those that involved water. These Barken dunes were captured during the spring season, as the ground is still covered in seasonal frost. The speckled appearance is due to the warming of the area as the carbon dioxide frost and ice on the dunes warms and sublimate, creating small jets that expose and deposit dark sand and dust onto the surface. Notice that there are no spots on the ground between the dunes. That's because the ground stays more uniformly cold, unlike the darker dune sand. As spring continues, more spots will appear on the dunes until suddenly all of the frost on the dunes and ground will be gone and the dark dune sand will be exposed until next winter. This panorama shows a location at the rim of Endeavour crater with a broad notch towards the right. The view includes many features that might have been ancient channels from water, ice, or wind moving toward the notch, which might have been a spillway. Perseverance Valley, which sits just on the other side, descends out of sight on the inner slope of the rim. The valley was likely carved by action of some fluid such as water, water-lubricated debris, or wind.